Wholeness, good day, good way, good evening. Tomorrow is 4/15/2024. I'm going to see how long TikTok let me stay on before they ban me again. Still not really back on social media. I do post every now and then when I have thoughts I want to get out or where I think there is pertinent information or pertinent perspective that might want to get shared. Tomorrow is one of those times. Tomorrow, 4/15/2024, by my integrated dissection numerology, turns into not only a 99, which is what you hear me call the end game, but it's also 666, which is a highly demonized number in this room. 666, and I put up a post earlier about my numerological breakdown. 666 is what people call the mark of the beast. Many different ways to look at it. I'm not even gonna go that deep into it, but tomorrow vibrationally can show you a lot of things. 99, the end game. What are you working towards? That's your end game. Either what are you working towards or what are you being pulled towards? That's the problem with it. The end game is if somebody's already controlling you, your end game is not your own. The other side of that, again, like I said, the 666. 6 in my number system has to deal with your traumas, in the sense of dealing with tangible existence, mind, body, soul. If all three of those states are caught in trauma, it's a hot mess. And we have to let our life tell our tale. Currently, a lot of people are a hot mess. A lot of people are going through a lot of mental overwhelm, have been going through mental overwhelm for years. But in a year of manifestation like this year, it's become something that a lot of people can't hide from. And again, this is not meant to be disrespectful, but the crazy comes out. And in any event, seek help. The problem with seeking help is you can't go to somebody who has the same issues as you expecting something different. You can try all day long. You can pacify that shit any way you want to. But if you are operating from a certain level of psychosis and issues, you can't go to somebody who's got the same issues because they're only going to give you solutions based off of the same issues. Now, however, you can go to somebody who's already been there and has found a way to surpass that, overcome it, or whatever word you want to put in there. But you can't go to somebody who's stuck in the same shit that you being shitted on by. So we'll use the divination of the ancients. I was going to use Uno cards, but I want words to go with it instead of just me telling you what my perspective is. I want you to understand that this ain't just what I'm seeing. This is what vibrationally is going on out here, whether you want to accept the perspective or not. So, hey, Marquisa, excuse me. So, again, 4/15/2024, which by my breakdown is the balance, which is also a trap. 15, it's the devil. It's the things that you're using as help or harm. So I'm trying to find balance with what's helping or harming me, and then 2024, manifestation. I'm trying to find balance with the stuff that is helping or harming me and using it to manifest. Again, let your life tell your tale, but if you use what got you enslaved as what's going to set you free, think that shit over. Think it over. If you're using what got used to enslave you as what's going to set you free, when its whole conceptualization was to enslave you, spiritual homeopathy. Spiritual homeopathy in a sense to where you're now using what's a known poison as what's going to give you some healing. Be careful with that shit. So tomorrow, 4/15/2024, I'm only trying to find balance in the same shit that's got me trapped. So what is spiritual homeopathy in this current day and age? Footprints, direction, and it's in reverse. You saw I was in reverse. So that means you don't have none. That means somebody is telling you how to move. If you look at the road, if you look up the write-up I did a few minutes ago and posted, I basically already told you that. You watch me shuffle the cards, and I told you I want to pull a card so you see words and not just hear what I'm telling you my perspective is. Your footprints are being guided. Your direction is being given to you. And what I put in that post earlier was we're under a system to where knowledge gives us experience, but a lot of the experience we give is dictated to us. We're placed in a condition to where you have to do things. The favorable energy in this realm does not promote stillness. There's always some level of turmoil, whether that's poverty, war, blah, 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 whatever. There's always some energetic struggle, and it does not promote stillness. So that means the things that externally are driving you is guiding you towards your direction. If I feel like I'm in danger, I'll manifest safety. If I feel like I'm in safety, I don't have to manifest anything at all. Think that over. And I've been telling y'all this for years. This universe is an experiment in experiencing. If there's nothing to experience, if you don't have any desire or need or want, you won't create. Once you get to that level of stasis in existence, you become less usable to the experiment itself. This universe, the reflection of yourself with the choice of experience, if you choose not to experience, you now are anti-experience or anti-universal, anti-collective, anti-Christic. Oops, the Antichrist. That'll come up again too. So already the spiritual homeopathy is, let me tell you how to heal. I'll guide your footprints. But sir, ma'am, I think I need to keep still. No, you're already in danger. See, if you would look at it from a deeper perspective, this already told you that you have to have direction. That means we don't want you to keep still. If something is telling you you need to move, there is already an level of ideology that says stillness is not safe. So my level perspective, my level experience is you got to look behind what's in front of you. So if what's in front of you is something telling you to move, why does it want me to move? Focus. What's the arrow? The arrow is the tool of the bow. The arrow is the weapon that is going to, holy shit, get sent out. If you've been here for a minute, I just got through telling you, this universe only wants you to create experience. You become the arrow. I'll point you in whichever direction I want you to go. You just shoot and go. You just become the experience. So what's hidden behind what wants to guide your direction, it's what's telling you how to focus. Same thing, like I said, this universe runs off of fear. Everything here presents itself as a trauma because it's either fear that I don't have enough or the fear that I have too much and I don't want to lose it. That's the common day struggle. The rich people feel like they're going to fall apart if they lose what they have. And the poor people feel like I'm going to fall apart if I don't get something more. Both of them operate out of fear. So fear becomes the focus. Fear becomes the bow. And the bow, fear, just wants you to stay the arrow. So why do we move? It's a fear. So again, the spiritual homeopathy basically is based off of fear. And remember, I just got through telling you, if what was used to beat fear into you is what you're going to use to develop peace within yourself, you're a fool. You're a fool. You're a fool. Aura. Observation. You don't have any observation. Your aura has already been corrupted. We'll use that word. Your aura has already been corrupted. Holy shit, your shields are already down. Something has already something has already breached your shields. If you understand what I'm going with that. Your spiritual shielding has already been breached. And this is no different than what you see a lot of common day people, especially for the last 5 years. Everybody under spiritual attack and I need spiritual maintenance and so throwing at me. You have that level of psychosis to where you think something or somebody is attacking you, somebody talking about you, or getting into the spiritual side of the house, somebody on your head, your ancestors ain't happy with you, or God mad at you. You understand what I'm saying? Within the human psychosis, you'll develop or concoct a story and then you'll create the experience. And unfortunately, within this illusion of separation we exist in, everything you create in the illusion becomes real. Ouch. I just created pain. Go to sleep, try that same shit. Ouch. You'll still have pain in your dreams. Somebody get that. So again, spiritual homeopathy based off of fear is You can be told what to be scared of, and then you will fear it, and it now rules you. Common day analogy I always use is put about 6 of us in a room and somebody come running in and just run straight through without saying something. 6 people gonna follow. We ain't finna sit there and wait to find out what the hell going on. Why? Because there's initial DNA level fear ancestrally of being captured or being placed in danger. So now I know I have to flee to safety. You can look at me like I'm crazy and think, man, what the fuck this motherfucker talking about? Again, let your life tell your tale. But you might want to stop thinking that you know what's going on. I don't come on this much anymore. You might want to stop thinking that you know what's going on and start looking at shit from a better perspective, even if it's not mine. These are oracle cards, the divination of the ancients. Just using them as a tool so that my words have another point of clarification, if that makes sense. So again, this reading is about 99 and 666. I just showed you that tomorrow, the 4/15/2024, is where you're only trying to find a balance with the same devils that already got you into a point of manifestation. And in that sense, that devil is your fear. Another analogy is, I've always used this one, when you were in high school and it got time for your finals, or college, and you got time for your finals and you were panicking about not being ready for the test, and now you got the bubble guts and diarrhea and a headache and upset stomach because you fear taking that test. And then when you pass that test and you realize I was prepared, now you feel much better. Why? Because it was easier to go through the fear and then complete the experience instead of to kill the experience of fear and have trust in my own awareness that I've done enough to be prepared. And that's a common day thing. Watch it in your children. I don't know if I'm ready. Why I don't know if I'm ready? I'm scared. Why I'm scared? I don't know. DNA. You can. I'll say this, Joey. I don't think you need to have more trust. You need to have more awareness. And that was kind of the analogy I just gave. Trust requires condition. In order for me to trust you, I have to have a value for what you're going through. In order for me to have a reciprocal relationship with you, I have to have an awareness of me and understand that when you got something going on that is not a reciprocal reflection of what I got going on, I got to leave you where you at. And we got taught that, oh, that's disrespectful. You can't just leave people. It ain't about just leaving people. It's about understanding that you can't hitch your cart to burning fires. You understand that? That is not say that to, just not establish a relationship with somebody and help them out. It's just that if somebody do not want to get out of their own way, when they get hit, they're going to get you hit too. So you have to start finding reciprocal reflections. You have to start finding people who are on your level. And then that negates the need for trust. If I'm aware of what I got going on and I only give my energy to people who operate from the same field of operation, trust goes out the window. Perspective, and actually, I know what you're saying, Rube. Perspective and experience. Having trouble connecting with people means that in a lot of cases, you're trying to connect based off of prior experiences. That's a traumatic bond. And again, this is just my perspective and experience, resonance only. Don't worry about connecting with people. Stay whole within yourself. Stay connected to yourself. I'll use that word. I don't like the word connected, but I'll use it. Stay connected within yourself and then let your energy be the sun. Watch them planets, people start to rotate around you. And then you got choice. We still right back at the conversation I had with Joey. Now you're in awareness. Having a connection with me will show me who's safe to connect with. You understand that? So then I don't worry about having a connection with people because a lot of times, as this year has shown you, a lot of these people ain't worth connecting with. A lot of these people ain't worth connecting with. It's just that you have an innate human desire for connection, so you trick yourself into feeling lonely. And as long as I'm focusing on not having with them, we're getting right back into that fear that I was just talking about. But when I'm whole within myself and I got so much going on with me, making sure that I don't have so much going on out here, the connection comes authentic. It comes authentically and it comes as needed. Because holy shit, I got so much going on with me that I don't need to get out here and connect with nobody else. Especially if I'm connecting to somebody else who's on that shit. It's neither. Your words was, I doubt myself a lot, but I'm not sure if it's a gift or a curse. It's a choice. Stop putting values on them. It's a choice. The whole problem was you doubt yourself. So take this resonance only. Here's a potential on why you doubt yourself. The lots in reverse. Chance. You don't want to take a chance on you. And if you understand the lots, in spiritual circles, you cast the lots. It's another form of divination. It is not only from the sense of you need to honor the divine within yourself, it's divination in the sense to where the only person that can foretell my future is me. So if I don't take a chance on me and start writing my own story, I'm going to have not only doubt in myself, but I'm going to manifest, holy shit, the year of manifestation, I'm going to manifest that doubt what I have within myself, and it's going to permeate, all around me. That doubt you carry within becomes your auric energy. It becomes the moth to the flame. And a lot of people don't understand that is the energy signature you carry as a norm will be the attractant for everything going on around you. People like to lie and idolize, well, I'm high vibrational, but I keep getting low vibrational energy. You might not be as high vibrational as you think you are. You might be highly vibrating in some bullshit. I know a lot of people like that. Hell, I used to be one. Might still be, to be fair. You understand? So again, your level of doubt, my dear goddess, might be from the sense to where you don't take a chance on yourself. And again, from reading, counseling, parenting, friends, the whole nine, my personal experience is when I run to people with that energy that you don't want to take a chance on yourself, it's fear of being too much for others. So then you draw in safe experiences. Here's your energy signature. Holy shit, can't be stopped. But people don't understand me when I get on my shit and start operating in full. So, boop, I turn myself down. And now I draw in somebody who wasn't on my level. So I'm not on my level to be level with them. Same shit I just got through saying about find reciprocity. If this is your level, you can't stop this for that. You keep being aware of who you are and keep rotating until you find somebody that matches that signature. Then you'll have wholeness. You have wholeness in this realm. But wholeness in this realm has to start with wholeness from yourself. The internal produces the external. In this illusion of separation, where we function from as a mind, body, soul, as a spirit and experience, the experience starts from within. You manifest from within. But if, getting back into this reading, if what you've been told to manifest is already under manipulation, you've been told you're not enough, you've been told not to be too much, you've been told that you have to have, you need this, you need that, and all this other shit, you've already told yourself your limits and not your unlimited. We're scared to be our divine selves. Is basically what I'm saying. We're scared of our own divinity. I'm not going to go there because they'll ban me. And this is my first time going live since last time they banned me, so I'm not going to do that. But if you're scared of your own divinity, read between the lines. That's why you're still seeking. That's why you never meet who you're seeking, because you're scared to be that for yourself. So again, you'll become your own devil. Why? Because if you're scared of your own divinity, when your own divinity and wholeness should be your 99, your end game, if you're scared to make it to the end of the game, you're playing yourself. Here's the potential end game, 99. I'm going to tell you my end game is to maintain wholeness of myself and understand that everything here is me in fragmentation. That's my personal end game. Everything here in this realm, you, me, everything here, everybody I know is only a fragment of my wholeness, and we're just playing out the pieces of separation. So my personal end game is stop playing the pieces of separation and put myself back into a state of wholeness. So let's see if that's a valid end game. It's the auger. Mastery. 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 I don't want to keep playing the pieces. I want to be the wholeness. So it's a plausible end game. I have to give it to myself. Why? Because can't nobody give it to me. That's where a lot of people go wrong. Can't nobody give you wholeness. Can't nobody give you love if you won't give it to yourself. Can't nobody give you freedom if you won't free yourself. Let your life tell your tale every day of our fucking lives. Won't nobody give you reparations if you won't repair yourself. Strike that, Your Honor. Let me stop before I get banned. So mastery comes from within. The end game is you, my dear gods and goddesses. You're supposed to master yourself. But how do you master yourself? This is Unc talking to y'all. How do you master yourself is? You stop that mastery bullshit altogether. Mastery is a trick. Mastery means that I'm going to put something else into submission. Words are spells. Be careful. I don't want mastery of myself. I want total awareness. I want to be aware of what's going on within me. I don't want to master it because that gets into that same shit you hear me say all the time about me versus me. That's a struggle. I don't want to master myself. I just want to have enough awareness to know what that was something I chose to do, but it's no longer valid. Did you get the difference? My mastery comes from me. Stop trying to master myself and just accept who I am. What if you feel wholeness but want that for everyone? I always feel like I can be extremely helpful. Mo Divine. One of my old sayings is, everyone in this realm is a reflection of you in your healing and in your sickness. Take your time with that one. Everything in this realm is a reflection of you in your healing or your sickness. If you are in awareness of yourself and operating at your wholeness, then things that are already whole come to you. If you operate from your wholeness, but now you see other pieces that are sick and you keep reducing yourself down to go save them, you've already stole from yourself and they can't give it to you because they don't even know what it is. You understand what I'm saying? If you're at 100 and these motherfuckers are at 50 and then you knock yourself down to 50 so you can get them to 100, you lost 50 and you can't give the other 50 to them because you'll lose yourself. It's just that simple. And I apologize for people who think, oh, it can't be that simple. It's that simple, but you choose to make it hard. Lauryn Hill. Toxic ass song. But you understand what I'm saying? If you won't give wholeness to yourself, you cannot give it to others. This is, again, another one thing I've always told y'all. This is spiritual AIDS. This is an autoimmune disease. The collective consciousness is sick. It is an autoimmune disease that tells itself to find the pieces that are sick and heal it. If the pieces that are sick, say sickle cell, don't know that they're sick because that's just naturally who they are now, you can't heal them because they're resistant. You become the sickness. So in you getting better, Divine, getting better about yourself, and now you see everybody else that you want to help, they don't want your help because you are the sick one now. Because they become conditioned. Your job is not to heal. Your job is to maintain your wholeness. The trick is to tell you to get out and heal everybody else. Your job is to be the best you and let that energy resonate and find the reciprocal reflections. Not get out here and give of yourself until you ain't got nothing else left and then somebody gonna mystically give it back to you. That's a damn trick. You can't heal nobody else. Even when you try, you can institute the ideology of healing, but you can't heal them. Been there, done that, tried that shit. Yeah, everyone is blinded because it becomes programming. It becomes programming. And again, we see that in certain sectors of society where mob mentality is a real thing. The collective consciousness has a mob mentality. It's mob mentality. It's highly programmable. The collective consciousness is highly programmable and currently conditioned. It is conditioned to struggle mind. Humor me if you will. When y'all get off of here, if they don't kick me off, go to my page and I put up my Heals Numerology where I use actual words and break down the numbers based off of my perspective. The collective consciousness is a programming. It is a desired experience, but if it is not the programmer for the experience, it only desires to experience what it has been told to do. COVID should have showed y'all that. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that word. Now they're gonna ban me. 2020 should have showed you that all you have to do is put fear. Remember, we started this with fear. Put fear in the masses, and then the masses will be asses and follow wherever you tell them to go. That was human level shit. Go deeper to human level shit and go into the psyche, the human consciousness, and the spiritual consciousness. It's a fact. Whether you want to address it as a fact or not. When you take over one side of the collective consciousness and it now feels like it's better than the other side, even when it's been given corrupt programming, it will now bite that shit hook, nail, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. We're driven by fear. We're driven by fear. I know you probably came in here late, but I showed that already. That on tomorrow, this is a daily program, but on tomorrow, it's a heavy programming because it's a 666 day. Our directions are being guided by what we're told to focus on because we won't take a chance on ourselves and our energy has already been invaded. No, and again, perspective, Mo, and this is not to challenge you. It's not lack of knowledge, it's too much knowledge. We've been presented with too many possibilities of what we can become and where we are from and what we're going to be or what we're going to do, who's coming to save us, who's not saving us. And ain't none of that told you, sit your punk ass down and be still and save yourself. How do you save yourself? Stop thinking that you're in danger. Face the fear and tell that fear, you got to show me if you're real. Overwhelm. 2024 year manifestation takes overwhelm to exponentiation. You got to show me why fear is valid before I fear. And here's the other thing, and I use this example a lot too. Having a fear does not mean you have to be enslaved to it. That's the 666. You don't have to be enslaved to your fear. I have a fear of heights. That don't mean every time I go to a mountain, I can't go up it. No, it just means that I know that I'm not going up in that mountain if it's going to make me have to face a fear that is not valid. Do I have to go in the mountain? No. If I want to go to the mountains, then I am aware of my fear and I will hold it at bay accordingly and not put myself in danger. This realm currently says, get in danger to learn to be safe. Hi, I got $10,000 worth of crops over there. Well, you owe us $8,000, says the government and rich people and other stuff like that. Now $2,000 is enough for you, so pay me another $5,000 to get $4,000 back. You see what I'm saying? Programming and corruption has told you that you don't have enough, and the people with too much don't think that they have enough, and they're not willing to give you more because your more might become enough. So it's a cycle of fear. The fear of abundance. The Lilith energy, which you heard me say over the last couple of years. Lilith made a choice between two things that was going to enslave her. Do I have too much or do I not have enough? Both of them are enslaving because both of them are fear. A rich person is probably just as scared as a poor person. Because you think about the movie 48 Hours. Dan Aykroyd, as soon as they took everything from him, he fell apart. As soon as they gave everything to Eddie Murphy, he got his shit together. But what would happen if we had a level playing field? It'll never happen. Why? Because the collective consciousness have been tricked into not investing in it. You investing in some mysticism bullshit. Somebody coming to save us. No, you already here supposed to be saving yourself by stop buying the paradigms and programs that produce this experience. But you've been tricked into thinking that this experience is what you have to go through. And on the next solar eclipse, we're going to manifest a new reality. You're going to manifest another layer to the fucking game. And is. So the end game was you're supposed to be getting out of the system of mastery and learning awareness. You're supposed to be learning awareness. So personally, my dear cards, pulling on the pieces of myself in this figment of fragmentation, what is my wholeness? Not y'all. Me, Tony, in this experience, what is my wholeness? I own my fires. I own my fires. Spontaneity. I own my fires. Well, see, now you think you better than God. See, that's your bullshit. That's your bullshit, tying yourself into deity concepts and all this other stuff. If that's what's working for you, until you learn that you're working for yourself, carry on. But think about it, Golem. It could be a year of victory, but who told you that you got to have a battle? Again, mastery is a system struggle. A victory denotes that there was a war. People have been saying that shit for years. It's a spiritual war. Ain't no spiritual war. The war is you won't sit your punk ass down to be still and stop letting these thoughts tell you what to think. You won't stop thinking these collective thoughts that told you there's got to be a struggle. Victory over what? This is a year of manifestation. Shit pull up to show me what's there. Holy shit. That 95 item buffet y'all have heard me talk about for like 5 or 6 years. I'm at a 95 item buffet. Do that mean I got to eat all 95 items? Hell, do that mean I need to eat any of them? I've already got the victory. And got the keys to the gate too. Even when I'm not here, I'm here. Saturn. Even when I'm not online, I'm still here. So, again, for me personally, my end game is I have to own my own fires. Fires, elementally, is your passion. It's the things that you give life to. Before you can create, you have to have fire. You have to have energy. The problem with this collective consciousness is something owns our energy. People don't want to believe it. But you can't deny it. You can deny it, but you can't get away from it. Something owns our energy because every time you try and do something different, there is a condition of the system that tries to put you back in the same. And until the collective consciousness stops buying into that paradigm, we won't go nowhere. Phoenix cycles. But you know what though, Candace? Being you will be like me. Hi, in this illusion of separation, my role is the reflection of all things. Within me is a piece of you, just like within you is a piece of me. I just have been gifted with and have afforded myself the experiences to allow me to see it. People say collective consciousness, but are you aware of your connection to others? Or do you only find people to safely connect to? I'm connected to everything here because everything is me in fragmentation. I've had enough experiences to be aware enough to remember that. So be you. And why does something have to own our energy? Because in order for there to be an experiment in experiencing, somebody has to take down the data. You remember that when you was in school and you had to conduct the science experience? If the experience just went on without anybody collecting the data, is the experience valid? And why does something have to own our energy? Another perspective is it doesn't. It doesn't. The problem is when you complacently won't own your own. It's no different than a drop wallet in the middle of the motherfucking crowd. The first person to pick it up is the next owner. Unless that person has compassion and be like, hey, excuse me, sir, ma'am, you dropped your wallet. Let that bitch be full of money. Let that bitch be full of energy. Let that bitch be full of currency. Will you give it back? Uh-oh, we talking about abundance again. Damn, I just found $5,000 and I need $3,000 to pay these bills. Some of y'all are going to fall back into the collective thinking of God going to bless me if I give it back. And other people are like, you know what? Fuck that. Finders, keepers, loser, wapers. Sorry. Struggle mind either way it go. Struggle mind either way it go. So before this shit get too long, that was the 99. The 99 is the end game is you're supposed to be getting out of the system of mastery. Mastery denotes a struggle. Stop being the master and just be aware. We could tie that ancestrally is if they were aware of what was going on, then we would have never had a master. If they were aware of the tricks of who was coming to enslave them, then there would be no masters. To tie that into my source theory, where I say this was the thought that tricked the thinker into giving it autonomous control. If the thinker was aware that the thought that was enticing it, you could tie this into some Garden of Gethsemane bullshit if you want to. If the thinker had not been enticed by the thought's ideology of possibility, then there would be no need for nothing to own it. But in order to validate an experience, somebody has to go through something. In order to validate an experience, Somebody has to identify and validate it by going through. But experience ain't required. Again, another analogy I use is if I want to have the experience of a skydiver, I'm going to have to go through the experience. If I want to have the awareness of a skydiver, I can just watch it. I don't have to participate. Hell, I spent 11 years in the Army, watched many motherfuckers jump out of the airplane. But did I do it? No. Why? Because it wasn't the experience I desired. It's just that simple. Experience is a choice. The problem is, you think you got to choose. You think you have to choose. Remember, I just got through telling you the thinker got tricked into giving the thought all the power. Now the thought tells the thinker what to think. Hello, collective consciousness. The thinker is now the thought in dispersal, and the thought that caused the dispersal now tells the thinker what to think. Oops. Destiny, astrology, done broke you up into many houses and many directions and telling you. And again, I told y'all for years, astrology is beautiful and all that other shit, but like I told you, it's a gateway and path to how you might act if you go through an experience. Why you think you can go look up August 25th, 2024, and your astrological chart is going to tell you what's already there. But holy shit, I ain't got there yet. Shh. The thought already there because the thought guiding your ass on what to think to produce the experience to validate what it's telling you, what you need to know. Oops. Golem, highlight that word, indulge. Indulgence is the stepchild of fear. Indulgence comes in many forms. To indulge means to invest and to, in some levels, lose yourself. When you get caught up in indulgence, it almost becomes a point to where you have no self-control. And a person with no self-control almost always has a master, even if it's what it's indulging in. Think about it. Somebody who's sexually indulgent, they're not in control of themselves. Sex is controlling them. Somebody who is indulgent in drugs, they're not controlling themselves. Drugs is controlling them. Somebody who is indulgent in needing somebody to save them, they're not indulgent. Whatever is the leading force of saviorship is their master. The collective consciousness will not save itself, so anything that can purport itself in a position of ideology of saving, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, Jesus, God, Jah, Allah, you go on down the list forever. Go on down the list forever. Astrology. See, I know my natals. Girl, I can't mess with that Leo because I'm a Virgo in the 9th house. No, you're a human having an experience, and if you choose to give yourself limitations for your experience, holy shit, you caught in the field of fucking play. Understand that the 13 astrological signs are a story of you in separation. Regain your wholeness. And then when pieces of your separation try to come pull you back down into pieces, let your awareness tell you not to fall apart. But it's too hard. It resonates too hard. Why? Because it's a trauma. That shit resonates. Numerology, astrology, everything, religion, all this shit resonates with you because it's beaten into you to follow it as the guideline for experience. You're not afforded the ideology of experience of self and wholeness. That's why it is so distasteful to a lot of people. You can't tell the known. You can't tell the unknown what it is. No limit. Not knowing the unknown is best for you. I get it, but I put myself in a position of staying aware and present, and then what's unknown, when it presents itself, I still got choice. I still got choice because everything I've already been through, I don't have to keep valuing it because it already is me. I don't have to keep valuing my past, going back into the field of trauma. I've already had the experience, so it's already me. So I stay present and I stay aware of myself. And should I be presented with something that's an unknown, before I jump into the unknown, I have to make sure whether I even need to know it or not. Not fear it as in, I don't want to know. And I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but it ain't that I don't want to know, which is another problem of the collective consciousness. Hi, I've been online since 2016. Well, earlier than that, really, but 2016, trying to say, hey, guys, slow down. We need to look at things a little different. That heel don't know what he's talking about. He crazy. He talking about you can't use astrology and numerology. I'm not telling you not to use it, but just make sure it ain't using you. See, that don't resonate because Chiron hit the eclipse the other day, and girl, that felt good. Remember I told you about spiritual aids? That which does not fit the paradigm of healing sickness will already be seen as sick. The ideology of adjusting the common thought processes to trying something different ain't accepted in a collective consciousness. You've already invested in something coming to save you. So to not go to the unknown and see before I go through it, yo, you don't go to it. Make it come to you. Remember this card here? Your auric field? This is the moth to the flame. Remember I told you I own my fires? You got to come to me. I'm not a seeker. I'm an observer. You have to come to me. Your energy has to come to me unless I choose to, here's the dirty word again, indulge. See, if I'm sitting still and you're rotating around me, I'm the sun and you're the planet, you can't adjust my path. The planets can't move the sun, but if you get too close to that sun, you're going to meet my fire. And it's not about getting out here and aggressing everybody else like that, but it's understanding, shit, there's nothing greater than me. There is nothing greater than me. So I'm going to stay in my stillness and my wholeness and see if something can give me the experience of thinking different. And it's not a challenge. It's just that, holy shit, if I'm presented with something that is not fitting me, the first person I need to check is myself. When I run into the unknown, I have to check me first. Because if the unknown is an agent to drive me back into reduction, it already won if I didn't check me first. That is the initial thing. That was Source's mistake. Source, the origin point in awareness of itself, did not know that its reflection was already against it. If that makes sense to you. Wholeness Goddess. So when you look in the mirror, think about that movie, This Is It, I think it was. The reflections were the other side of their existence. Source, looking in the mirror of everything out there, did not know its own value. That motherfucking shadow did. That thought that came from that thinker said, I'll show you who you are. Inexperience is, okay, show me. So now, poof, here we go. You sign a contract with somebody and you don't look at the you don't look at the clauses, and now you got 897 installments of $600 a month for a $4,000 car. You under contract. Only contract is expansion. So I'm saying. Yeah. But look at the word reflect too as not only looking back, I reflect my own light. Before that reflection had the ability to show me something, I should have saw myself. That is why you hear me say reciprocal reflection. See, you can get out here and find your reflection. A lot of people find their reflection. See, I'm toxic and she toxic. We gonna be fine. No, y'all ain't gonna be fine. Y'all gonna be reflections. Both of you fucked up. But when you're dealing, and to be fair, when you're dealing with reciprocity, if I have embraced myself in wholeness and I'm owning my own bullshit and I'm calling myself out on my own bullshit, then whoever I get with, you got to be on the same level too. Or else a reciprocal reflection just becomes a fucking entanglement and an attachment. And to be fair, you can be toxic and lie to yourself and call it reciprocity. Your life has to tell your tale. But when you are operating out of full reciprocity, there is no attachment. We live in a realm of attachment, which means you are going to be the collective connective itself. We form the collective consciousness because we don't hold ourselves in wholeness. Hold yourself in wholeness and find somebody holding themselves in wholeness too. There is no energetic flow. You understand that? Two circles, there's no energy. Two lines, connectivity. Science beyond science. Science works for this realm. Science don't work in all realms. Sorry. Words themselves are formed inside of yourself, and then they permeate through your energy, and then they become constructs in this realm. In order for the word to become a force of externalization, it had to be internally invested in. Magic 101. In order for you to tangibly create something in this realm, you have to hit the spheres of manifestation. You have to imbue, invest, value, develop a system of ROI, return on investment, and then poof. In the beginning, there was the word. But holy shit, where'd the word come from? Source. The words come from a source. Just like what I was saying yesterday, one has to come from nothing. Nothing was the source. One took all the fucking potential. The words are the magicians in this realm. They run the show. And I'm not just talking about the shit that you see outside of you, words as in formulated ideology. It's the mechanics of this realm. My perspective and experience. The mechanics of this realm, until the realm decides to stop getting stuck on connectivity, is collective energy will have tangible points of creation. But it's a choice. It's a choice. So again, 99 was you got to get out of the system of mastery. Let me turn the car around the right way. I'd asked a question. I'd asked a question about the proper. I asked the question about what was thoughts in game. The thoughts in game was to basically put you into the trap. And again, Golem, be careful. Logical compared to who? Is logic logical? Spoken as a contrarian. Logic, by history, would tell you that it was okay to take grown-ass women and operate on them without anesthesia, just for the sake of science. Because your ideology told you that it was logical for me to learn how to operate on a fellow human in the most inhumane fucking methods. You understand what I'm saying? So logic can be highly corrupted. Logic can be whatever you desire to be to get to the end game of what you mean to see. We are one of the most inhumane species in this fucking universe. But we rely on logic. Uh-oh, they're going to get me because some comments in this live were filtered. So I'm going to hurry up before they ban my lives again. Yeah. The human body is under limitation, the human mind is under limitation, and the human soul is a spirit in fragmentation. That is your 666. That is the mark of the beast. That is the beast that keeps you in burden. The 666 is more than the protons, electrons, and neutrons. That's still you in tangible existence. It's more than, oh my God, Damien's coming to get you. It is the mark of the beast. You have been sold into your traumas. 6 is the field of infinity. 6 is where you can perfectly been found into a point of creating anything you invest in. The problem is, like I showed you what this reading is, who told you what to invest in? Your thoughts. Where the thoughts come from? Shh. Where the thoughts come from? Shh. Where the thoughts come from? God damn it. The Ouija board in reverse. Caution. 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 If you never use a Ouija board, you can get all kind of information by contacting, again, my experience, the fragmentations of yourself that have played out in this realm since the beginning of its realm. You can contact deities, you can contact ancestors, you can contact fellow wayward spirits, you can contact trap spirits, you can contact anything that is in with existence of your mind. And if everything, yeah. So if I'm telling you the thoughts came from anything, it's what you communicate. Think of it like this. A Ouija board is a force of communication. So where the thoughts come from? Whatever you're communicating with. The problem with that is, spoken as a trickster, we don't lie to you. We just tell you something. You got to figure out the level of truth. You understand that? And if your mind has not expanded enough to understand when something is deceptive, you embrace it for truth. You embrace it for truth. Because one thing that you will learn if you ever dealt with a Ouija board is that it will feed on your own vanity. Same thing like with cards. And I've been teaching this for years. You can skew a reading, and I've said this for a long time. A person who's only investing in fairies, when they do a reading, everything's going to be about a fairy. A Ouija board, when all you're looking for is something to quell that level of anger or fear or peace or love and all this other shit, those spirits, fragmentations of yourself, will come in to give it to you. You're having a communication with yourself, only this is another part of the fragmentation of wholeness that has already played out its experience. If that makes sense to you. So if you call Anubis to the board, Anubis has been around for fucking centuries. It's still a fragmentation of you. You just only been around for a couple of decades. But you're still just as old as it. This is just your current container. That energy, known as Anubis, never shifts its container. So it just sits in storage and stasis and connects more and more energy from experiences with you while you keep playing recycle. If that makes sense. So you can contact something on that board that is ancient as fuck. And it will tell you everything that it knows from its perspective, but it won't get past your level of understanding. It could tell you, no, tomorrow you need to be the sun. And you're like, you know what? I need to get out there and give my energy tomorrow. But it had a deeper meaning. Your level of awareness just wasn't on the par to get the meaning. And then 2 and 3 years later, you're like, damn, he told me what I need to know. I just wasn't ready to hear. Same shit like I tell you all the time. Resonance and ignorance only. 3 or 4 years from now, you're going to be like, God damn, he'll try to tell us about that, but we wasn't ready to listen. On a spirit level, I am you, they are me, you are them. On a illusion of separation level, you are you. Your level of consciousness can only process you. You can have awareness and knowledge of things outside of you, but the finite levels of the human mind will have hard times processing total wholeness, source theory. The average human mind will find a way to unwork source theory when you realize, holy shit, they are only an aspect of me that is ancient in its existence, just like I am young in mine, but I ain't never left. You were here before your mother was born. You was here before Anubis was born. You was here before any of this. All of us was. It's just you didn't have ID. You didn't have the proper ID. You didn't have the identification and value for your current experience. Not only on this realm. Unfortunately, not only on this realm. Again, resonance only. In my experiences, only in this level of perception. I wanted to use the word dimensionality, but it's deeper than that. This level of perception. Something I met a few years ago basically told me something that I've been experiencing ever since. I had experienced before then, but I can really verify it now. There is no movement here. Everything here is a thought. This is the realm of thoughts in manifestation. Hell, look at the hashtag. Look that hashtag up. Thoughts in manifestation. I've been talking about that for years. This is just what a thought could become. This is what they call the great sleep. Zomax. You are only playing out what your thought could show you by creating an experience, but you ain't moved yet. There is no movement here. This is just the ideology of what will happen should you move. This is, I'm in line wondering whether I want to order a coffee or tea, but I ain't made a choice yet. You understand that? The realm of thoughts. This is you invest in a thought. Think about it. Ask yourself this question. How do you get rid of your thoughts? You can't. You can't get rid of your thoughts because it's going to require a thought to figure out how to get rid of the thought. But then how you going to get rid of that thought? This is the realm of thought. But people don't understand that words are spells, so they just say it's the realm of thought. Oops, Tahuti. No disrespect, Tahuti. Love you. It's never ending until you, the source, stop investing your energy. It's more than, oh, I'm going to meditate, because even when you're meditating, you're thinking. It's just, you know what? It start changing the value of what the thoughts mean. And if the thoughts don't mean nothing to me, then I don't invest in them. Daily. I've been telling y'all for years, and I tried to warn y'all with that Phoenix Firewheel grid that this year was going to be kind of crazy. Been telling y'all since the end of last year, they're going to keep throwing distraction at you. Look at January. They threw so many distractions as us as a collective, and all you people did was feed them, which gave more rooms for more thoughts, to give you more things to be distracted by, while everything in this realm that keeps you from getting better only made us worse. Now we out here batshit crazy, and ain't nothing got better. But people still hope that this is the paradigm shift. You're right, it's a paradigm shift. You keep getting okey-doked and banana in the tailpipe by everything they put in front of you to distract you, because all they need to do is get you to think. And then you tell yourself, it ain't that deep. Why won't somebody do something different? Because you keep doing the same. It's a perfect fucking trap. Your ego, your energy gets generated and operated. You'll never be still. Ego trap. 666. Your mind, your body, your soul. Let's wrap this up. It's tiring when you chase it. It's tiring when you stay connected to the bullshit. But once you become an observer and you own your own energy and you become aware of your own energy, none of this shit really bears any connectivity. It's like if you go back to your high school reunion, just use it as an example, and you get there and be like, God damn, I ain't seen these people in 20, 30 years. I don't know them no more. Hi, bye. You know, you was all excited about going, man, I ain't seen so-and-so in 30 years. And you get there and be like, God damn, these motherfuckers still doing the same shit. Yeah, I'm good. That's how your thoughts have to be. That's how your thoughts have to be. You know what? Tired of seeing the same cycle of shit. You know what? It ain't them, it's me. I keep seeing them because I keep looking for them. Or I keep seeing them because I keep showing up for the game. But when you start to show up for yourself, you ain't got time for all that bullshit. Why don't you care? There's a war here and there's poverty there. Have you done anything to fix it? Are you really ready to collectively come together and do anything to fix it? Then you're just doing lip service. So miss me with that shit. See, that was my level of investment. I'm aware of what's going on, but the collective don't want to do anything to change it. And they dumb enough to keep expecting the same people that's doing it to do something different. You want the rich to stop being rich. You want people who love genocide to stop being genocidal. You want a pedophile to stop touching children. You's a fool. Let me hurry up before I get ran out of here. God damn. When y'all gonna try something different? And this ain't about doing something different and making sure we have a war. It's about stop giving energy into people who make you want to have a war. So what is the 666? What's got our mind? What's got our mind? Oh, wishbone. Affirmations. And this was in reverse. I'm dating myself here, but a lot of y'all probably don't do this. Remember when you got the wishbone? You pull it apart and make a wish. Wishful thinking. You said your affirmation that something gonna come get it. I'm gonna pray. God's got this. All this other shit. You invested in somebody else doing the work. Why? Because you have not found enough within yourself to stop working. Tricked you. You thought I was going to say something different, didn't you? I ain't saying anything about doing the work. I said you ain't found enough within you to stop wishfully thinking that work is part of the problem. Oops. It's a spiritual war. You're right. The fact that you won't sit your punk ass down to be still. So holy shit, your mind already in activation. Want to know why? Because where's your thoughts at? In your head. Where's this all playing out at? In your head. But the mind does what? Control the body. The mind is the generational field for the body that plays out the tangible experience. You wanna know why? Oops. The Ogum. Nature. This shit ain't natural. This shit ain't natural. And we can say this shit all the time. Hell, we had that conversation here all the time. I'm not asking you to do anything. You have to ask yourself why you keep going. You have to ask yourself why you invest in anything that you invest in, even when it makes you feel good. Just being honest. A lot of the stuff that make you feel good, when you realize that it's only making you feel good because it's a trauma bond, when you pull the energy of investment out of it, you see what's really there. And a lot of people traumatically bond to shit that only makes them feel bad because they're scared to feel good. Trauma bonders. Now, like I was saying, this is your body. Your mind, you're looking for affirmations. Your body, operating unnaturally. And like I was saying a second ago, think about it. In this country, United States, we have watched the food supply go from shit to shitty. There is so much unnatural shit that they're being served. Look at your commercials. If you watch TV, or even if you don't, listen to commercials. They're mixing so much shit to make you so sick because they've developed a rich system of trying to heal you by giving you more medicines. Hi, you can go get a garlic burger with extra bacon, with candy bacon and extra burger and extra garlic and extra butter. And then they wonder why your motherfucking ass got high cholesterol and high blood pressure. But that's all right. We got pills for that. Yay, Big Pharma. You go to the store and you want to buy an organic bunch of kale from the average store, $6. Bill Gates gone kale, 2 for 40 cents. Yeah. I mean, you get what I'm saying. You can go in the gas station and get a 40-ounce drink for 99 cents. Filled with all kind of delicious soda. Yummy. Bottle of water, $3.99. We ain't gonna even get on the water, though, because most of that shit ain't even water anyway. Filtered fucking peels. Okay, so your body is operating unnaturally. Again, I'll refer you to The Golden Child. Date myself again, but if you haven't watched that movie, go watch The Golden Child. The only way they could get the Golden Child to lose its power was to keep feeding it death. Oops. Sorry, vegans, this goes deeper than meat. Sorry, vegans, this goes way deeper than meat because a lot of your vegetables are killing you too. Oops. So, take your power, take your spiritual power by tricking you into using things left in this realm. Ain't none of it gonna save you. Ain't nothing gonna save you because it's all tying you down to this realm. Which means your soul stays trapped. At the beginning of this reading, I told you, in the analogy of mind, body, soul, your soul is what's running. Your mind is running the body, but your soul, spirit and fragmentation, your soul, spirit and fragmentation, that's why Tony can be Tony, and Garcia can be Garcia, and Golem can be Golem, because we're soul sparks. You are fragmented spirit broken down into infinite pieces of soul, and each soul thinks it has the right to play its own game. That is the collective consciousness, and it's way bigger than fucking humanity. So in this analogy of soul, that soul is in captivity because it's so busy trying to figure out how to get out of captivity within a meat suit, it forgot it lost its wholeness from a fucking spiritual level. And again, that's why I keep saying, you motherfuckers ain't ready to even talk about fucking wholeness. You can't even get a collective together. You can't even get a collective together. You have no chance at wholeness. Why? Because you ain't even met your soul. You too busy worried about what your meat suit going through. Confirmation, shooting star, holy shit. There is as many stars. Uh-oh, they're going to make me lean in a minute. Damn it. Boom. My live is going to end in like 50 seconds. So as I was saying, your soul is the shooting star. What is a shooting star? Psh, been lost from source. I got like 30 seconds. So the 666, the great beast. It only wants you to be in use. It's trauma investment. It's trauma investment. Holy shit, fragmented. And at that, I gotta go. Fragmentation. Break fragmentation and honor wholeness. Wholeness to you all.